Hello, pen people. Thank you so much for tuning in here to check out my Retro 51 Tornado Lincoln Edition. I'm just going to go over my thoughts. I've had it for about 6 months now. I write short stories, and I've taken it with me in my pocket, taking notes on the go. So I've kind of put it through the ringer and wanted to give my thoughts. When I went to buy this pen, originally I was still pretty new to the hobby, and there wasn't a ton of content out there. So I was just gonna, show off the pen a little bit, and hopefully, if somebody's interested in purchasing it, this will be helpful, so they can just get a more realistic view of things that I love about it, and things that maybe I would keep in mind. The very first thing is it's gorgeous. It looks better in person than on the shop online. It looks better in person than it does certainly in this video. But it's just really striking. I mean, the brushed copper finish is gorgeous. The way the light hits it and reflects is beautiful. And even in the shade, you can really appreciate some of the individual brush strokes and kind of gradient, almost patina on the pen. The cap has just a ton of intricacy and detail. You can see the diamond pattern and texture there, the Retro 51 print across the top. This almost, I think they jokingly call it a battery, top here, and the clip is just absolutely phenomenal. It's got this kind of antiqued gradient here. Pretty stiff clip. I don't really use it too often, but really neat. I love the action on twisting it. It does require several twists, but it's a metal piece here, and really goes together well. It's very solid. Now I got it at a point of transition where they had just switched nib makers and hadn't branded the new nibs yet. I kind of like how simple it looks. It's a really big nib. It's got a lot of negative space here that doesn't have embellishment, just the F for the fine print there, but I really actually appreciate that. Sizable nib, writes really well. A little bit stiff, a little bit springy, kind of in the middle. Kind of wet. It's a fine nib, but it writes more like a medium compared to other pens I have. The grip section looks a little bit small, but it's actually pretty comfortable. The only thing is these are metal right here, and for longer writing sessions, that does get a little bit annoying, having that metal rub up against your fingers. Other than that, long pen, very nice writer, heavy. If you like a heavy pen like me, you're going to like this a lot. It does post, but it's not very tight, and it actually gets really clumsy when you post it because it gets very back heavy. Very back heavy. So I don't really write with it posted. You don't really need to. But anyway, the only drawbacks to this pen that I would say, when you actually look at this converter, and this is out there, this is nothing new, the converter just kind of presses into the grip section, and I've actually had a situation where I was filling it up and twisting it and whatnot, and the whole grip section fell into the ink bottle. I've also had a couple times when writing at home where I heard it start rattling around in the inside of the pen, and it actually fallen out and was sitting in the body of the pen, no longer connected. So that's really the only drawback to this pen, is that converter. While it holds a decent amount of ink and it's easy to use, it doesn't have a very tight fit, and occasionally will come loose on you. No spillage, nothing dirty to clean up, but just something to think through. So other than that, just my overall impression is I love it. Love the pen. For the value, I mean, you really can't get a nicer pen. If you like this brushed copper finish, there's not really anything out there that's better for you at the price point. It really should be considered a showstopper pen. Whenever I have this out in public, people always give it a second look. It's really pretty, and when paired with something like this Mont Blanc, it's just such a handsome pair. Yeah, definitely recommend buying it, and hope this helps.